I always believed my life was ordinary, comforting in its routines, familiar in its patterns. My name is Evelyn Parker, and for 15 years, I was a devoted wife to Nathan. We met in college, married young, and built what I thought was an unshakable life together. Nathan was reliable, charming in his quiet way, and driven. We had a beautiful home in a quiet suburb, and dreams of retirement spent traveling the world. Or so I thought. Everything changed on a dull, overcast Thursday morning. The police arrived at my door with somber expressions and the kind of news you never expect to hear. Nathan had died of a heart attack while on his way to work. It felt like the floor dropped from under me. The grief was immediate, a crushing weight pressing down on my chest. I could hardly breathe, much less comprehend that the man I loved was gone. The days that followed were a blur of condolences, casseroles, and funeral arrangements. Friends and family filtered in and out of the house, their words kind but empty. I walked through the motions, numb and disoriented, clinging to the only truth I thought I had left, that I had been loved by a good, honest man. But grief has a cruel way of stripping illusions away, and soon I would discover that Nathan had been keeping secrets so deep they shattered everything I believed about him and about myself. It started innocently enough. A week after the funeral, I was sorting through Nathan's things, the mundane task of deciding what to keep, what to donate. In his desk drawer, beneath tax documents and birthday cards, I found a small silver key. I'd never seen it before, but I instantly knew what it was for. Nathan's garage. For years, that space had been off limits. It was his sanctuary, he said, a workshop for his projects. I never questioned it. Why would I? Marriage is built on trust, or so I'd always believed. Curiosity gnawed at me. My heart raced as I approached the garage, key trembling in my hand. When the door swung open, the stale air hit me like a wall, and so did the sight before me. It wasn't a workshop. It was a shrine. Photographs, meticulously arranged on the walls, newspaper clippings, folders, and documents. At first, I couldn't make sense of it. The faces in the photos weren't familiar. A beautiful woman with dark hair, a young boy with piercing blue eyes. The same eyes I'd looked into for 15 years. Nathan's eyes. My hands shook as I sifted through the documents. The names: Isabel Dalton and Logan. My husband's handwriting was scrawled across legal papers, letters, even a faded draft of a will. Piece by piece, the puzzle assembled itself into a picture I never wanted to see. Nathan had a son, a life, a whole other world, hidden from me all these years. I spent that night on the floor of the garage, clutching the papers, my mind reeling. The beautiful woman in the photographs was Isabel Dalton, and the boy, Logan, was Nathan's son, his other son. The draft of the will spelled it all out with cold precision. Nathan had been secretly providing for Logan. Bank accounts, properties, assets hidden in places I never knew existed. It was all there, documented in black and white. The life Nathan shared with me, the life I thought was whole and honest, was just a fraction of the truth. I felt the betrayal twist inside me like a blade. How could he? How could the man I loved, the man I trusted, keep something like this from me? And yet, beneath the anger, a deeper, darker question gnawed at me. Who was I in all of this? The wife or the decoy? The next morning, I made the call. I had to know more. I had to find Logan. Before I could process Nathan's double life, another secret blindsided me. It happened when I confronted my sister Madeline. We'd always been close, inseparable since childhood. If anyone could help me make sense of this mess, it was her. But when I told her about Logan and Isabel, something shifted in her eyes. Guilt, fear. I pressed her, demanding the truth. And then, with a trembling voice and tear-filled eyes, Madeline confessed. She had been having an affair with Nathan, and she was pregnant, with his child. The room spun. I staggered back, my heart hammering against my ribs. Betrayal from a husband was one thing, but from my own sister? It was too much. The lies, the secrets. It was all unraveling, and I was drowning in the wreckage. For days, I barely ate, barely slept. But grief has a way of evolving into resolve. I couldn't let Nathan's secrets define me. I had to take control. With trembling hands and a determined heart, I reached out to Logan. To my surprise, he wasn't hostile, just confused and hurt, much like me. Together, we sifted through the documents, piecing together the tangled web Nathan had left behind. It wasn't just about hidden children and affairs. Nathan had been hiding money, assets, even illegal business dealings. We discovered a safe deposit box filled with cash, jewelry, and a flash drive, its contents damning. I didn't know if I should be relieved or horrified, but I knew one thing: I couldn't stay silent. The more we uncovered, the clearer it became. My marriage had been a facade. Nathan had loved Isabel. I was the second choice, the safe option, a part of his routine, while his heart, his secrets, and his true self belonged elsewhere. It hurt, in ways I didn't know were possible. But there was power in the truth, power in seeing things clearly, no matter how ugly. I made my choice. I wouldn't live in the shadow of his lies. I wouldn't be the broken woman his betrayal left behind. Logan and I decided to expose everything: the hidden assets, the fraud, the double life. It wasn't easy, the legal battles, the media attention, but it was necessary. I reclaimed my life, piece by painful piece. In the end, I emerged stronger, wiser. I wasn't the naive, sheltered woman Nathan had manipulated. I was Evelyn Parker, a survivor. Logan stood by my side, not as a reminder of the betrayal, but as proof that family can be chosen. Together, we faced the uncertainties ahead, united by truth, not by bloodlines alone. This story is about deception, betrayal, and the messy, painful process of rediscovering oneself. It explores the intricate web of human relationships and the devastating consequences of keeping secrets. I transformed from a sheltered, trusting wife into a woman who demanded truth and took control of her life. Nathan's double life revealed his complexity: flawed, deceitful, human. Logan and Madeline added layers to the story, forcing me to confront the deepest wounds of betrayal and ultimately emerge stronger. Months have passed. The house feels emptier now, stripped of Nathan's presence, but it also feels lighter. Logan and I have kept in touch, our bond growing beyond shared pain into something resembling family. As for Madeline, forgiveness is a distant horizon, one I may never reach, but I no longer let her betrayal define me. I've started working again, slowly rebuilding my identity. Some days are harder than others, but each morning I wake up knowing one thing: I survived. And for the first time in years, my life, messy, complicated, honest, is truly my own.